Welcome into another captivating episode of Park Talk Radio. This is Bill. This is my second time recording today. Oh my God. We are busy on the streets laying down some vocal pipe, as they say, and I got my good friend, co-host, and beach watcher, Dave. How you doing?
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
All right, big talking from your chair over there, Chris. What are you yakking about?
Just I don't know, man. I like to do these intros, but I always forget what I'm going to say. So I just I'm going to talk
waiting all week, thinking about what am I going to open up with? What's in the cold open? What am I going to say? And you flub 2 weeks in a row now. You're going to really piss off your followers.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
You know, that was 2 years ago. That wasn't a year ago like I thought.
It's going to circle back. Was that 2 years? Holy shit.
Yeah. He slapped
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Will Smith said it. Will Smith said it from the chair. Chris Rock got slapped. Well, see, it's been that long. 2 years ago.
And see, it's relative because Will Smith is in a Universal attraction. They should blue ball him out.
Oh yeah, MIB saved once again from the chopping block. Still standing. There was some
replace Will with Tommy Lee Jones. There, you heard it here first. It's happening.
Can Tommy Lee Jones even stand up and talk into a microphone in a official recording studio?
Sure.
That guy's got to be old. How old do you think he is?
Let's say 73.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't have the top of my mind.
Oh, I thought you were quizzing me. Let's see.
Tommy G. Loans.
He is 77.
Turning 78 this year. Has the same birthday as my sister.
Oh,
weird.
You saying Tommy Lee Jones is your sister?
Tommy G. Loans, yeah.
Tommy G. Loans.
Tommy G. Loans owes me some money. Welcome to Park Talk Radio, where we talk some park and go over the newest updates around the world, though with a nice focus on Central Florida, theme park capital of the world, where I reside in Orlando. Dave's up in the Panhandle, and we like to talk to you about what we enjoy and the news items today. I actually recorded a e-stop, our little bonus episodes, the emergency stop announcements, if you will. A little tongue-in-cheek for when a ride vehicle needs to come to an emergency stop. Your ride operator will hit their big red button, not on MIB, mind you, though, for the ride vehicle to come to an emergency stop, and you'll be then escorted off the vehicle. These e-stop bonus episodes are going to be less than 30 minutes, ideally, unedited, and a quick down and dirty breakdown of what new big reveals that couldn't wait till Dave and I sat down weekly to go over. Today, they announced the newest land, world, portal, whatever the fuck they consider. I don't think they're called lands. I think they're called worlds or actual universes over at Universal Epic Universe. And today they made the full announcement for all the attractions, the show, and a couple other items for Universal Epic Universe, DreamWorks, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. We'll jump into that a little bit later in the episode. Though, Dave, did you get a chance to listen to the first e-stop?
I have not had a chance. I worked all day today. I was working all day today.
Keeping our land safe from all the sharks jumping aboard our boats.
Oh. I was actually on the beach today, so.
Those damn sharks jumping up on our beaches. Gotta keep them off the beaches.
You go in the water, sharks in the water. You go up on the beach, sharks on the beach.
You go home, you go to your bedroom, you go to your wife, shark in the bed.
Shark Week.
Oh. Well, if you want to interact with us, please join us on our social medias all across the internet at Park Talk Radio. Join the group, like the page on Facebook, interact with us on Instagram and TikTok, our biggest socials that we're across everything, including Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, Snapchat, and so on. You could also reach us via email, parktalkradio@gmail.com, or if you want to communicate with us in a mostly live environment, you can text us at any time. I will reply back to you more than likely, or you can leave us a voicemail that would be played on the show if you can get a fucking voicemail. That phone number, 407 490-2220. And I've already told you before the show, Dave, though, we had somebody submit a wall of shame, and we personally requested them to submit a voicemail. They did not oblige.
That's kind of messed up.
Not cool, bro. See, if you have a wall of shame, if this is the first episode, for whatever reason you're jumping here, though, I guess that makes sense. We're a news podcast. We give you the newest stuff. Jump to the most recent thing. We do a wall of shame segment where you'll hear later, though we put people on blast for posting stupid shit on Facebook walls, comes the name, though, on social media. If you have your own wall of shame where you want to put someone on blast, don't put their name, just put what they said. We'll talk about it and we'll probably agree with you. Though for today's show, we got plenty to talk about. I have a park visit I want to go over. Butterbeer season, as talked about in our previous episodes, is in full swing going until, I believe, April 15th. Hollywood Universal, Orlando, and the official Harry Potter stores up in New York will have limited time offerings, as previously talked about, including brand new Butterbeer caramels. You like caramel, Dave?
Like the little candies?
Well, however you want. Caramel, candy, the syrup, in any format. Do you like it?
I like butterscotch candy.
Well, it's not
candy.
caramel.
Then no.
No.
Hate caramel.
I'm going to say we're a full anti-caramel. Fuck you, caramel. No place on this show, but they have Butterbeer caramels. Did not try them during my park visit. Though they did have this, the return, which I thought this was brand new. Since they announced Butterbeer season, they're going to have new limited time offerings. And I will say, this is a limited time offering, though it's not new. They had it previously. It's a Butterbeer Stein, not the plastic ones as your souvenir cup that you can get inside the Wizarding Worlds, or ones that you can buy online that are made of glass. This is a metal Butterbeer Stein that has been offered previously as early as last year, and that was at a $38 price point. I would have to assume it's over $40, as I was not able to get to the front of a bar line in Wizarding World this past weekend due to the lines, as we are in spring break still.
I think it's a little pricey there for a Butterbeer Stein. I'm assuming that this comes with do they still do the dollar refills with cups like that for soft drinks, not for Butterbeer?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't even know you could even refill these things.
When you bought the plastic mug, you could get a refill. It worked just like one of those sipper mugs. You could get a refill of
the all day
pop.
drinkers though.
Yeah, you get a refill of pop for like $1.29.
$1.29 when they're serving them for $5. You're getting $1.29 off. It costs $1.29.
No,
refill
on pop, pop. No, you didn't get a refill on Butterbeer.
No. Old JK is allowing pop soda to go into her precious Butterbeer mugs
outside the land.
Really? That's something we got to try the next go.
You could use the plastic Butterbeer mugs you could get refills in them from what I've been underinformed.
Yeah, I see you're underinformed. No idea what the hell you're saying.
What's your favorite Butterbeer?
My favorite Butterbeer? Cold.
Yeah.
Cold Butterbeer. I've had maybe a sip of hot, and that is deathly sweet. That is Death Eater, Deathly Hollows, Grim Reaper.
No chance.
What are those guys that suck your soul out? Dementor.
Death Eaters.
That's no. Dementors.
Oh, geez.
Too
I don't
much.
know why I said Death Eater.
You are in a interesting state of mind today.
I'm in a phase, dog. I'm in a phase. I know what a Dementor is, and I know what a Death Eater is.
Well, yeah, the hot one, way too sweet. Can't do it.
Hey, no, I do not like sweets.
Even with the Fireball, what is it, Fire Whiskey? The Fire Whiskey in there, which those precious So Sweet team members will not mix it for you. They say, you can ask them for a thing of Butterbeer, and they ask for a shot of Fire Whiskey, and they give the big sigh. All right, I know what you're doing. Just wait till I turn around, because I'm not supposed to authorize you to mix in your own shot.
Correct. I don't do sweets. I only go with cold. I'll drink frozen occasionally, but I like frozen Butterbeer like I like my men. Only on occasion when I've been drinking some other alcohol.
I was going to say you like it like the Frozen Girl. Barely legal. and ice cold. Some frostbite on those hefty snowballs you lug around there each day.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, this is getting way off.
Oh, I've had a sip of beer. I'm ready to go. I've
had a sip of something giant.
Oh, nice. That's a good beer from the local brewery. But butterbeer season, full swing. We also have some news to talk about, as well as we'll jump in a little bit further to the Epic Universe announcement, where Dave and I can give some thoughts and opinions. If you want the full down and dirty, basically me reading an audio format of what has been announced today, check out our e-stop. Now, this past weekend, Dave, I went out to our very much enjoyed theme park, Universal Studios, Orlando, and Universal's Islands of Adventure. Check out some Mardi Gras. I had the day off. I didn't get called in. And our producer, Brennan, joined me, actually. We went and checked out some Mardi Gras, more food stands, which on Instagram, she posted all the new foods we tried and has some reviews for us. And then we went and did no rides on the studio side because it was just too damn busy. And ended up at Vivo and then Islands of Adventure and then Big Fire and a couple other things. Though I wanted to touch on some notes while I was there on March 24th this past Sunday. There's been an insane, almost I would say definitely outrageous amount of quote service dogs at the parks these days. Some of them don't even have the damn service dog vest on there. And so many of these teacup toy ones that don't look like a damn service dog. And they're not behaving like a service dog. And I might as well this be a fucking early wall of shame because I am over it. They're all over the place. They're pissing and shitting, making a mess of these beautiful parks. Not that the tourists aren't doing a great enough job of fucking it up already. Like, come on. There was over a dozen in the few hours that I was on the studio side.
Let me, can I jump in there real quick?
Yeah, please.
And interject?
This is a conversation.
So, with service animals, a lot of these people get a quote-unquote emotional support animal, which does not entitle you to take that dog really anywhere. But they call them service animals. And unfortunately, the Americans with Disability Act does not allow anybody to force proof of service animal. But I know from, I get calls about dogs on the beach all the time. And people say, this is my service dog. Well, the dog's running around off a leash, not performing the service. If the dog's not performing the service, that entity or business can completely make that dog leave. So,
just the dog, not the human. Hey, dog, you're out of here. You had enough.
Well, you're able to ask.
There's two questions. Yes.
Is it a service to animal? And if yes, what service does the animal perform? You cannot require proof, but you can ask what the service the animal performs is. And if they said emotional support, legally, Universal doesn't have to allow them in. I don't know what their policy is on that. A lot of times it's worth less of a headache if you just turn the other cheek and move along.
It seems to be the case.
But it's you got to avoid the lawsuit, because if you screw up and tell the wrong person to leave and you're discriminating against a disability, quote unquote, then you're in for a long legal battle. So,
it won't be long. Not with these guys.
But it's, I agree. There's too many people that bring their service animals in just for attention. I see that all the time. Goes to another wall of shame that we'll probably talk about in the future. But
I get it. There's a lot of laws surrounding this.
They dress their animals up in all these costumes and stuff, and they get mad when people stare or take pictures, or say something about the dog and quote unquote distract the dog. Like, okay,
loss of words. You're so frustrated.
Yeah, I'm pissed. No, I see what you mean.
Oh yeah, and it's not that I'm unaware of the laws or that there's a lack of understanding. Yeah, there are plenty of individuals who do need a service animal, and it's great that we have this opportunity to provide service animals and that they are legally able to come to the parks with their patient. I don't know what they call them. They're human, their owner. Though the ones we're seeing, they don't appear to be such. They may be these as support animals you're talking about, though I know those are not legally able to go anywhere. That gives you a discount on your apartment rent where they can't charge you to have an animal there.
I think that and certain hotels and planes. I think planes do allow emotional support animals.
Yeah, that's also true. And what this emotional support animal, the ESA, allows you to do is they can't legally charge you to have that animal with you.
Correct.
So an animal's not getting ticketed to go into Universal or go to Disney or any theme park. It's just there to be there. And
unfortunately,
a lot of it around here with the shopping centers, grocery stores, and yip yap dogs, the little designer purse dogs, yakking away. And
unfortunately, the people that actually need a service animal, it gives everybody a bad name when these people do that. Yeah, it's
insane amount of these alleged service animals that are acting up. Another thing that I was noticing, and this may be because of spring break and the increased crowd flow, though unwieldy parents and others who can't control their stroller. Now, this has been a conversation for decades, so we won't go too long in it. Though no less than 3 times, and it happened to producer Brennan one time, just got rammed by a stroller out of nowhere. People are standing still, and it's goddamn bumper cars out there. Strollers crashing into each other, into people, and everyone's ankles caked in bruises. Too much. Control your strollers out there. It's not that hard, friends. Especially when people are not moving and you're the one moving the vehicle. Holy shit, don't hit them.
I've pushed 2 different kids around the theme parks in strollers during very, very crowded times. I've never ran into anybody. I've had a lot of people cut me off while I'm pushing a stroller because they're not paying attention, but I've never ran into anybody.
Right. Didn't crash into someone's shin as they're stationary waiting in line for a simple overpriced beverage at the old Transformers bar. Because that's what happened. Hey. How many times did you crash when you're scooting around on your leg scooter? Crashed anybody on that?
No, and there's only one reason that I didn't crash into anybody on that is I normally don't have to drive when I leave the theme parks. I had to drive down to Vieira that night.
Boo.
So I couldn't get inebriated, but if I would have been inebriated, I would have ended up in the lagoon. Because that thing had no control.
You really wanted to see that where the new construction's happening at the Studios Lagoon that we did get pictures of. Don't know what it is.
Some construction,
but the construction is there. It's in public viewing. We can talk about it. You can imagine it's probably going to be a nighttime lagoon show.
It's a nighttime lagoon show with water fountains and
just like the last 15 years of lagoon shows they've had.
Yes.
Yep. Once we did Mardi Gras, and Brandon and I got real pooped. It was sunny out, got tired, and just a long weekend to start off with. Head over to Vivo. This is one of our good friends' favorites. Grabbed ourselves an espresso martini, and we were ready to go back again. So then we hit over to Islands of Adventure, grabbed a couple drinks, did the loop. We read High in the Sky, Seuss Trolley Ride. Excellent time there. Don't know what was going on, though. The team member at the front just tossed us into the express and said, have a good day. So that was a nice little bit of Universal magic, movie magic happening. Went through Potter, lines were slammed. I rode Jurassic Park River Adventure by myself since Brennan was crying, I'm going to get wet. I didn't get a single drop of water on me. That's our
favorite ride. That's our favorite ride. We ride it all the time.
Oh, I don't think there's high school scream appropriate high school spring breakers on there doing weird hand gestures and screaming the entire time, which was not nearly as fun.
It's not the park at dark and it's not the shark at dark, so behave.
No, exactly. Went over, did Skull Island, rang a Kong. They don't have the 3D glasses still. You still don't go outside. Animatronic is still great. And we wrapped it up and got on out of there and headed out. Hit Big Fire for some little bit of dinner. And now here's where the fight almost happens. Over there, we're eating, been drinking a little bit throughout the day. I naturally have to go to the bathroom. Now, I think the guy that started the altercation might have had a little bit more than I had to drink. Who's to say? I won't make any assumptions. Though I'm just at the urinal, minding my business, and he starts mouthing off that I'm taking too long to fucking drain. You're gonna, what, come on, man. I'm peeing. Just let me pee. It's not a huge bathroom, understood. I think there's one urinal, one stall, because it's not a huge restaurant. There might be 2 urinals. Or the one urinal was out of order. Nonetheless, you're gonna mouth off of me at one of the nicer restaurants at City Walk. Try to goat and bait me into a fight because my leak was a little too long for your taste. Which, hey, problem we all have these days. long peas. I just don't get it. You got any fight stories? People trying to fight you at a theme park?
I absolutely do, and I was just thinking this while you were saying that. But I'm just curious. When he started mouthing off to you, did you say anything back? Was there any?
I said I'm pissing.
What did he say after that? Was he just?
You just kept muttering in like an aggressive tone. I don't recall exactly what he said.
Oh, geez.
But I wrapped up, and then he peed super fast. I washed my hands. We ended up almost walking out at the same time, and he's looking back at me, and I'm just giving an aggressive head nod back as I walk back towards the bar. Come on, man, relax. We're both having dinner. You're here with whoever the hell. I'm chowing down on some muscles.
The only time I ever almost got into a fight was in line for Rip Ride Rocket. It was a pretty lengthy wait. There was a plethora of children and kids in line, and this guy was with his girlfriend, and he thought he was being funny, and he takes his pants, unbuttons them, and pulls them down to about his knees, and he's wearing a pair of very tight, very short boxer briefs.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, dude, pull your pants up, there are kids in line. And he starts going off on me.
What time of day was this?
He's like, this was probably about 3 p.m. or so. He starts going off on me. He goes, I'm not going to do the accent so I don't disrespect anybody.
Appreciate that.
But he goes, this is normal in my country. Why are you making this a big deal? We do this all the time in my country. It's just underwear. And I'm like, dude, you're in a theme park and there's little kids all around and you pulled your pants down to your knees. And so anyway, the team members saw him barking at me and me barking back. So security ends up showing up and he's really ready to looks like he wants to come at me. And I'm like, dude, well, whatever, dude. And I'm not egging on the situation because I know at a theme park, if I egg on the situation, I get into a fight, I'm kicked out too. Because usually they don't care whose fault it is. You're both gone.
No, you zero tolerance. You're both suspended, expelled from school.
So I just kind of kept my peace. And security ended up showing up, and they escorted him and his girlfriend out of line. And he was telling them the whole time, this is normal in my country, you know. And they were like, oh yeah, we understand. Come on. And they escorted him out of line.
Gosh.
So
man, you just tripled down that it's fine because he does it back home.
Yeah, which is not okay.
No, yeah, you're on private property, and you adhere to the cultural guidelines of the place you're currently at. I believe is the PC version of it. Yeah.
I mean, I understand that underwear is no big deal. There's underwear that's, there's swimsuits that are skimpier. But when you're in line with children, you're pulling your pants down to your knees. It's not okay.
No, and it's 3 p.m. It's not even hard nights. It's not that.
And I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something.
Look out. Oh, no. I thought you say, I'm going to say something
no.
Get ready. Here I go.
You start
to say it.
You start pulling your pants down around kids. I'm going to say something.
Understood.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Already too many pedophiles in this world. And who's to say this guy wasn't one, you know?
Well, I don't think he was one.
I'm not saying he is, but I'm not saying he is, but you never know. People don't protect these kids enough in this world, so.
How would I reach these kids? Get them on ET. Right. Teach them about the world. It's a point down there in the cityscape. There used to be a strip club there, Johnny. Don't you ever forget. And you be sure to tell your kids and you tell them to tell their kids. Never forget.
And that's not a lie. There used to be a billboard. There used to be a billboard in the cityscape with a stripper on it.
Never forget. She wasn't naked.
Never. No, unfortunately.
Never forget.
Never
All
forget.
right. that's it for our opening. Big opening. Let's jump into the news. What do you say, Dave?
So, you want me to go first?
Sure.
I'll go.
You go first.
I'll throw out one of my news bits first.
Yeah, buddy.
So the first bit of track was installed for the Fast and Furious coaster at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Oh man, they're taking the tour buses onto a track now. It's no longer trackless.
No longer trackless. So the Fast and Furious coaster, if you don't know much about Universal Studios Hollywood, is going where the Universal City sign was on that hill. That's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, I know I'm not mistaken. It's immediately behind what was Animal Actors and the special effects show. So it's a whole roller coaster going on the side of a mountain, which is interesting enough. But
cool.
They just installed their first bit of track. So I know they did there for a while. They were testing everything as far as roller coaster noises to see if it was going to interfere with anything.
Right, because Universal Hollywood is kind of in the center of a city, similar to Disney Anaheim, Disneyland, where they have to have noise protections not to interfere with daily businesses or the surrounding civilians, yeah?
Yep, and that's why on Sunday nights when they're doing Terror Tram, they have to close Terror Tram early to not violate any noise ordinances.
Oh,
so,
I did not know that.
Yeah, usually on Sunday nights the Terror Tram closes early. But this is a pretty unique to talk about because they already have a Fast and Furious attraction, the same one we have in Orlando, except for theirs has 3D. But do we think this is going to
supercharged with the 12-foot
Super sucks
12-foot Vin Diesel? He's flying around in a helicopter.
Yeah,
he's as big as the helicopter. It's disgusting.
So, Bill, what do you think? Do you think with the addition of this roller coaster, are they going to overhaul Fast and Furious Supercharged? Because Universal Studios Hollywood, they have in the past put in new attractions on their backlot tour and then updated them pretty frequently. I believe they used to have, I know they used to have a little mummy portion where you went through a tunnel, like a little vortex tunnel back when the Mummy films were coming out. They used to have a Fast and Furious car show where the cars came out and flipped all around upside down on cucumber arms.
Was cool, and that was supposed to be a full attraction at some point. It was more of a teaser than anything, and never came to fruition.
So do you think they overhaul the Fast and Furious Supercharged, or do you think that they're just going to say, hey, Fast and Furious is such a popular market in foreign countries that we're just going to have double the push? Because, Fast and Furious movies are, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm just going to say one more quick thing. Fast and Furious, the attractions are not that great, but when they can market those attractions to those foreign countries, those movies still do huge in the box office, and foreign countries love Fast and Furious. So do you think they say, hey, we're doubling up on Fast and Furious, or do you think that they're going to overhaul that?
Oh, man, I really wish they would overhaul it. Supercharged.
I mean, we both wish that.
Ass. It's so bad. It's badly acted. The CGI looks awful, and it's not fun. Now, I'm not a fan of Fast and Furious franchise. I've only seen the first movie. I don't know how many movies you've seen of the franchise.
I ended up watching them all after I heard Orlando was getting Fast and Furious Supercharged. I watched them all.
Oh, you're a good little dedicated theme parker.
No, I just I have a lot of time where certain times I'm working private security for certain companies where all I have to do for 12 hours is sit in my truck and watch movies. So one day there was nothing new on Redbox, so I just went and bought the whole disc set of Fast and Furious.
Do we need to cut that out? Were they going to be upset that you're watching DVDs?
No, because
they don't listen, because no one listens.
Either way, I don't listen. I only do it in places where the job calls for it. If the job calls for certain things, I wouldn't do that. But I've done that on jobs where they're just using me for my truck and lights.
You got a big old light bulb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Light them up. I don't think they're going to replace anything. The exterior building, and we're talking about Universal Hollywood, which the tram tour does go through, is fully, I say detailed and themed. It's more than a soundstage box. It has some light theming and it's painted. That said, I don't think they're going to spend the money right now to change that particular thing over, which means brand new screens, brand new sound system, brand new video, and brand new everything, basically, for that entire portion, which may or may not come over to Orlando side. Unlikely. Because I don't foresee them doing anything on the Orlando ride either. I said they have both.
No.
They want to get Epic done. They want to get a couple more things done. Then they may revisit it, seeing as we have Fast and Furious 11 coming out in a couple years, and then there's another Hobbs and Shaw spinoff coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them changing it.
No.
So no.
I think
this
it's too
coaster
much
sounds
of a draw
awesome though.
It sounds like what these attractions should have been in the first place.
Yeah, a fucking car movie that has fast car coaster. Jeez, genius maneuver. It's what, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, several cars that free spin, and it goes from the upper lot down to the lower lot and back up, which is really cool, maximizing your footprint in the Hollywood Hills. I'm excited for it. I plan on going back to the park when they open that up.
Yeah, I plan on going sometime here soon, but for me, even though I'm closer than you, the flight is outrageously more expensive for me than it is for you. So, one day I'm going to definitely have to
Bama or Georgia.
No. I could fly out of my local airport, but even though it's a busy airport, it's not like Atlanta or whatever. So you have to get layovers, and an average ticket for me to go round trip to Hollywood and back for one person is close to $500. And I know down in Central Florida, if you were to go to Orlando International, you can find deals for, $200 a person sometimes throughout the year.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing more about the Universal Studios Hollywood Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster. You want to jump into...
Bring us out, Hollywood. We'll cover it in full detail.
Yeah, absolutely. Birdie, counting on you.
Yeah.
You want to jump into your Japan story?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go with my Japan story. I love watching videos of USJ.
I love the big anime titties.
Oh, I'm not a huge anime guy, but I do love USJ.
Okay.
So,
I thought that's what the story's about. Detective titties in 4D.
It is about detective titties in 4D. So, if you're unfamiliar with Universal Studios Japan, they have what they do every summer, Universal Cool Japan, where they overhaul their theater at the entrance of the park into different anime. They've done Godzilla. They've done all sorts of different.
They've done Final Fantasy, a couple other anime
Final Fantasy
series.
They've done Monster Hunter.
Haven't they also overhauled the coaster there? As a
Space Fantasy, they also overhaul Space Fantasy, their VR, and make it into a. They did a. I'm pretty sure they Detective Conan it 1 year, but they've done multiple different. They do that every year during Universal Cool Japan, but they're getting a permanent Detective Conan 4D attraction, and it's going to go in the old Terminator 2 attraction theater.
Oh, they still have that theater's been there. They've just been using it for the Cool Japan overlays.
No. Universal Cool Japan is in a different theater. Terminator 2 3D, as far as I'm aware, I don't think if it has reopened since COVID, it's been very minimal. But after COVID shut down, that's when it really stopped being a mainstay there at the parks. But this kind of makes me sad because I really wanted to attend Universal Studios Japan during Halloween Horror Nights, which, if you're not familiar, Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Japan is not a separately ticketed event. The reason behind that is they open their attractions all throughout the day because they close every night, I believe, at 9:00. The reason they do that is because the trains in Japan stop running. So all the employees need to be able to get home, so they close the park every night by, I think it's 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. Sorry.
9 a.m. That's nice of them.
Yeah.
Very
so
cognizant
that's
of their
why
team members' needs. That's awesome.
That's why it's not a separately ticketed event. So, but the reason I always wanted to go is because they still do what Universal used to do, and they overhaul their attractions to be Halloween related.
Whoa.
The Back to the Future ride used to be Halloween related. When it was Back to the Future, you crashed through the Hill Valley sign, and then you were in the house from The Grudge. You'd fly around in your DeLorean in the house from The Grudge. She pops out, and then you have a screen that pops up and says you die. And then you get off your DeLorean, and there was the girl from The Ring making the noise and behind the ride vehicle. But the Terminator attraction, and just to be brief on this, the Terminator attraction was a mashup of The Ring. So you'd be on the Terminator 2D attraction, or Terminator 2 3D attraction. You'd be doing the normal attraction, and then all of a sudden the screen would go to the Ring video, crawling through the TV. And if any of you remember riding the Terminator 2 3D attraction, when the lasers would shoot during the scene where they get transported into the old motorcycle bit where they're riding the motorcycle and shooting and stuff like that, there would be purple lights that flickered all over the ground, which kind of helped it make it 4D. So in the theater, those purple lights would flash all around. Well, it'd kick over to the Ring version, and then those purple lights would flash, and you'd have Samara, or I can't remember her name in Japanese, but she'd be running around the theater with those lights turning on and off, just scaring the bejesus out of people. So, which was a pretty cool thing. But I doubt that'll be happening anymore because it was all themed to Terminator, and then it switched over to the,
And now we have Detective Conan. I'm not familiar with Conan. Detective Conan, is this Conan the Barbarian? Late night Conan O'Brien, big orange hair guy jumping out of you?
What's that?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this Detective Conan. Is this Detective Conan the Barbarian? Detective Conan O'Brien?
No, Detective Conan's a police officer. It's an anime. I'm not too familiar with it, but it is a he's a police officer.
News story. You getting the policeman?
Oh, I don't even know if he's a police officer, but it's an anime. So
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Reading the press release, it's the first permanent attraction at Universal Studios Japan, featuring a Japanese anime series, and that the keyword prerogative word being permanent. And it will continue to use the venue's 3D projection screen as well as live actors, and there will be 4D effects system, including smoke, fog, splashes of water. So it's using what Terminator always had and changing the screen and onstage presence. I guess Conan's pretty popular over there. Detective Conan, that is. I'm not sure about the Barbarian or O'Brien variants, though Detective seems to be the way to go. All right. Let's get into a little bit of news on my end. I got quite a blitz of different things here for you. First one I'll start off with. Is just something else? No, go on.
No, I want to apologize for getting distracted. Somebody was arguing with me on social media.
Oh, God.
While we're on the podcast.
Why doing it live? Come on.
I got a notification on Facebook. The person disagrees that the Sleepwell symbol is she doesn't believe it's Nightmare on Elm Street, and she said the logo just doesn't scream Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's Freddy's too obvious. And I was like, oh my God. And I already explained
What's the issue of being too obvious? Did you not see the side-by-side photo from 2007?
I literally posted a picture of the Q video with the Sleepwell, and she said it just doesn't scream Freddy. And I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry,
God, my God.
All right.
I don't know the time.
This is not my wall of shame, but I just want to go ahead and just point this out. She also posted that the unknown original Cobbler may be a creature from the Black Lagoon because blackberry cobbler filling looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
What? What?
Yeah. Oh my.
I'm ready to shut down. I can't do this today. This kind of bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Cobbler?
Cobbler is allegedly she's got Cobbler listed as the code name for Sprung 2.
There's no code names anymore. They just have the location.
She says it's the the permit.
Permits don't have code names anymore.
That's what she's saying.
All right, we got to keep moving. We'll deal with this.
Yeah, we'll move on with this. We're going to get a lot into Halloween Horror Nights later.
Oh, good thing I made a new song for Horror Nights.
Oh, God.
Next story, we're hopping to international over in the UK. And how appropriate that we're doing this show the Thursday before Easter. Old Cadbury World. Were you aware that, the Cadbury cream egg? Cadbury has a theme park in the UK called Cadbury World.
I had no idea. All I can think of when you say Cadbury is the lion wearing the bunny ears in the commercials.
What the hell? There's a lion?
Yeah. Everybody wants to be the Cadbury bunny.
So there's a lion?
In the commercials.
Oh.
Everybody wants to be the Cadbury bunny.
Even so, the joke is a lion. Everyone wants to be it, so this lion wants to be the bunny.
And he's wearing bunny ears. Yeah.
All right. This is why commercials are fucking dumb. Cadbury World in Birmingham, England. I'm not familiar with Cadbury World, nor what they have to offer. I didn't really look into it too much. I probably will after the show at this point. Though they have announced a new dark ride will be opening up this year, 2024, called Cadbury Chocolate Quest. It's a new dark ride will feature trackless vehicles and replace the attraction's former Cadabra. Cadabra? Cadabra. Cadbury. Cadabra. Cadabra ride. Armed with a laser pointer. Wow. Just the way it reads. Armed with a laser pointer, riders will be tasked to gather the ingredients needed to create a Cadbury Dairy Milk Bar, and at the end of the ride, they will even receive a Cadbury chocolate treat for their efforts.
So it's literally the Hershey's Dark Ride with laser pointers.
And trackless. Hold on, it's trackless.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love the Hershey Chocolate World ride. That is one of my favorite things in the whole
it's awesome.
world. And the little shop there, fantastic. The chocolate coffee, oh god, so good. I gotta get back there. Though they posted recently new photos taken inside the dark ride. And it's actually going to open tomorrow, March 29th.
Okay.
So we'll do a quick recap on it next week. Cadbury World is now run by... Yeah, go on.
I will say next summer, you and I will have to go to Cedar Point. We can head up, which is only 3 hours from Kennywood Park, and then we could go up to Hershey Park. So we can do a little 3-park trip.
I only got this big wedding I'm paying for, and then a honeymoon and this other crap. But you know what?
That's why I said next summer.
Bill and Dave are doing next summer because the wedding is in the beginning. Never mind. Bill and Dave do America.
Debbie does Dallas.
Dave does Dallas, indeed.
We'll
do a bit more in Cadbury World next week. Also, as this segues, Cadbury World is now being run by Merlin Entertainments, who took over operations last year and has been investing around €8 million to upgrade several aspects of the attraction over the past year, which it says attraction singular. I don't know if Cadabra is the one ride or if Cadbury Chocolate Quest is the now one ride. It's $8 million. We'll get to it some more. That said, talking about Merlin Entertainment, the Orlando Eye, it's back, it's large, and it's still here. This is I believe still, Dave, the world's largest Ferris wheel in the world, yeah?
I don't know if it's larger than the one in Vegas and the one in Europe, but I'm not sure on that. I couldn't tell you.
Well. Merlin has taken over the operations that have purchased what was known originally as Coca-Cola, the Orlando Eye, when it originally opened up, I believe in 2015. Let's see, it started open in 2015 as the Orlando Eye, then became the Coca-Cola Orlando Eye, and then the Icon Orlando. And so then finally the wheel at Icon Park Orlando, and then with Merlin purchasing it, is now back to being known as the Orlando Eye.
It was never the tallest.
Oh, God. Shit.
The Star of Nanchang was in 2006 to 2008. The Singapore Flyer was 2008 to 2014. The High Roller in Vegas was 2014 to 21. And the the one in Abu Dhabi,
Dubai,
which is 250, is now the world's tallest since 2021.
Okay.
Do they still do the thing where you get it's a 2-hour ordeal where you go in there and it's all you could drink booze and you get 2 revolutions around the wheel?
I believe so. I mean, right now it's $30 per adult to go around one time, which is insane. The luxurious champagne in the sky. Sip in the sky, relax and enjoy the unforgettable views from the Orlando Eye with our luxurious champagne experience. It does not look like they have a full all-you-can-drink now. The experience includes a singular glass of chilled champagne and 20-minute ride.
Well, I never agreed with what they were doing with that anyway, because for those of you who didn't know, they brought a cooler and it was all you could drink, and you got 2 revolutions around the eye.
All you can drink is so you finish the cooler. It was only 2 or 3 bottles.
It was a small cooler, but imagine being at the top of the eye and realizing you've got to break that seal very badly.
You're not peeing anywhere.
Yeah, no.
You also remember when they put laser guns in there and you're supposed to shoot targets around the city, and that lasted all of a week? Because hold on, guys, this might look really bad. There's a lot of shootings going on. Let's not have people shoot other fucking things around the city right now.
Not to mention that you shine a laser in somebody's eye while they're driving, or a plane as it goes by.
Quick, get your Cadbury laser pointer. Get him. We gotta make some chocolate.
Oh.
Merlin Entertainment, man. I just read another little excerpt. They lost $270 million between their investments in New York and, oh gosh, what was the other one? New York and South Korea for the Legoland parks they opened up there. Merlin, big dog. I mean, they own a lot of stuff, but some bad investments. I don't know. Hopefully Cadbury World keeps going when we finally get to UK and check out all they got to offer. Cadbury World's going to be the first stop. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, screw Alton Towers.
Cadbury World,
We're going
brother.
to Cadbury World.
I don't know who owns the Nickelodeon universe at Mall of America, though. That is our next story here. Located in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You got Nickelodeon universe inside the mall. It's a large indoor attraction. There's a proposed addition to have a water park added to the Mall of America called Mystery Cove, though it's still proposed. They have new rides available at the Mall of America. And this was sent in by producer Brennan. She's a big fan of this particular IP, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have not watched any of this, be it the cartoon, be it the live action, movie, or series. Are you familiar with this IP at all?
I did not watch any of it. Nope.
Now, I did watch the series finale of Avatar: Last Airbender cartoon, and I thought it was just fine. I've been accosted for watching all the finale and told I have to watch the rest of it, and I simply can't be bothered. I don't want to. I saw the ending. We're good. I think that's plenty, right?
Yeah. I'm not an anime guy.
I'm one affirmative action kind of guy, and this is him. New rides they have available. New ride, rather. At Nickelodeon Universe, Mall of America, Minnesota. The new Fly with Appa ride. Now, Appa is the big 6-legged white buffalo creature. It's a Dumbo-style flat ride themed to the Avatar Airbender series just opened, and you can ride Appa up and down just as you would Dumbo, or the Flying Magic Carpets, or the Dino-Rama Triceratops spin. You go up and down, but now you're on Appa instead of Dumbo, Carpets, Triceratops, Kangen Kodos, and any other spinning flat ride. I probably won't be making that visit.
To me, those type of flat rides nowadays are just such a cop out. I mean, when you look at Dumbo, great, awesome. You know, it's got its nostalgia to it. When you look at when you take something like One Fish, Two Fish, you know, it's unique because you have to follow the lyrics to avoid getting wet.
Oh, but yes, One Fish, Two Fish, of course.
Yeah, when you just take a flat ride like that and just throw it into a park, I think it's a cop out and a waste of money, waste of space. I don't.
Well, this is inside a mall, inside with a very
but they also have a roller
IP.
coaster inside that mall.
It doesn't look that good.
I mean,
I think it's neat enough that we have even a theme park of any sort inside a mall where you can do it. I don't know if they actually use tickets or if it's a one price fits all kind of thing. It's kind of neat that we have this to begin with.
You're right.
Not that we can't shit on it. Please shit away. Unleash your bowels. Open your hole.
Well, no. You kind of open my eyes a little bit. In a place like this, okay, it's not that bad. But I'll talk a little bit more when we get to Epic Universe about cop-outs. But
gotcha. Oh boy.
But yeah. All right. Cool. That's. I'm sure fans of that anime will enjoy getting to ride on Oppo.
Oppo Popo Chicho. One of my favorite lines.
Oppo Gundam style.
Oh man. They're gonna censor us. You can't steal that kind of lyric.
That's not a lyric. I didn't even say it right.
Go wide, sigh from Oppa Ganga style, and you can too jump around and fly in the air with our delightful South Korean man. Back to Orlando.
And that's PSY.
PSY, like Psy Beam or Psy Duck. Back to Orlando. We have a new updates on the SeaWorld Orlando park. Back when COVID hit, they had this trackless free spinning ride, which wasn't terribly good. I say it was actually pretty bad. Antarctica Empire of the Penguin, trackless dark ride. This title, Antarctica Empire of the Penguin, they created an entire new land for it, which was relatively themed pretty well. The food offerings didn't really match the theming, and there's no alcohol to be seen. That was good. You know, they had your traditional domestics and aluminum cans. Though Antarctica Empire of the Penguin, pretty mid to poor ride. They had a wild and mild side, similar to your Bloody Marys. And there's no spice to the wild. The best part of the ride was getting to the penguin exhibit at the end and seeing those little fuckers jump around, squawk, shit, piss everywhere, and sometimes jump out of their retention pond, which was always cool. And the SeaWorld team member would then pick it up and just launch it back into the water pretty unceremoniously. And it'd be back to business.
It was the attraction was always down too. There's a lot of downtime in that attraction. It was trackless. It was one of the first trackless rides here in Orlando, but it was always down. Always down. I only got to ride it once.
I believe you had Skull Island came out, then this Antarctica. Ooh, Skull Island was 2016. Antarctica Empire of the Penguin, I can't recall the opening date, though it did pretty much close for COVID due to the nature of the time, and never really reopened. You could go in and still walk through the queue, see the bad CGI of, I don't remember the damn penguin's name we're looking at, and then get to the exhibit at the end. Now, they've been changing this since then. Back in 2022, they started construction of retrofitting the building to incorporate a semi-indoor-outdoor family coaster called Penguin Trek. This thing's going to have a 42-inch height requirement. Yeah, what do you got?
May 24th of 2013, so it was the first
so this was definitely a OG kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're adding another coaster to SeaWorld, being Penguin Trek, to replace this. Of course, it's penguin themed, a family coaster, family launch coaster. Newest construction update for Penguin Trek. With the ride track is fully in place. It's a B&M coaster, and I don't know if you can name any off the top of your head of popular B&M coasters. Dave?
Hulk.
Yeah, there you go. One right there. That's all you need for relevance.
Kumba.
Yeah, long time old daddy coaster.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember this best as good as you can.
The only ones that I know for sure were Hulk, Kumba.
And that's fine. Those are Hulk for sure. Majority of our listeners will know that's located in Islands of Adventure.
Yep.
Open with the park.
Puck was the name of the penguin.
Puck makes sense.
Yep, because you're on a puck, riding around. Terrible ride.
Terrible. The ride track's fully in place. Most of the pathways have reopened, and landscaping is being completed. Of course, the internal theme is going to take the longest to complete. Though, based on this article, not speculation by any of the show members here, Dave or I, they're probably opening from Memorial Day weekend to late June. Assuming all testing goes well, but as this is a B&M, you rarely have to worry about the testing. It's just exciting. Hey, they just opened a new coaster, last year with the surfing stand-up coaster? Icebreaker. Icebreaker was before the surfing.
Oh, no. Yeah, the surf coaster. You're right.
That one is the Pipeline.
The last time I was at SeaWorld was for Howl-O-Scream 2 years ago. Yeah, Howl-O-Scream 2 years ago.
I did Howl-O-Scream last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the game plan for SeaWorld right now. I think across the board at all locations internationally. Build more rides, build more coasters as they're doing the right thing.
Get away from the animals,
Get away from the animals, pulling back on abusing them for show purposes.
Do not get me started on that.
Yeah, limit your animal abuse to eating them. Don't make them do show flips and tricks. Eat those animals.
No.
But don't eat dolphins. Don't eat whales. Eat the scallops.
If you're a blackfish believer, then you are what's wrong with this world.
All right. Let's get to the next news story. This is our final one from exterior parks. We got some Disney and Universal Florida, of course. Another new ride is coming to Six Flags Great Adventure. This is located in Jackson, New Jersey. They also, of course, have the Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. This was one of my local parks growing up, as it was only a 30-minute drive from my house up in Pensy. They're adding a brand new coaster going behind the Wonder Woman experience over in that Metropolis area. It's called the Flash Vertical Velocity. And it looks all right. Nothing crazy. They've added a virtual ride-through. New animation with a POV footage. Okay. Oh, I got some Flash velocity for you, indeed. It'll be done in a flash, I'll tell you. Though it looks like this thing launches, it goes up one side, does a couple inversions, does a big loop for some airtime, goes up the other side of the main tower, and then it finishes in the launch station. So it's similar to your Icebreaker, where it comes out of the launch station, does its loop, goes up one end, comes on back the same track, and then comes back down. So you can only run one train at a time. You're going to have low capacity. Though it's going to be a short ride, not minutes long. It's going to be barely a minute long, which is also my kind of flag.
Yeah, they're really seem to doubling down on Six Flags with Flash right now. Six Flags over Georgia just opened Kid Flash, which is it's a dueling coaster for kids. It's a dueling coaster, kid coaster.
Oh.
It's actually pretty neat. It's got LEDs all throughout the track. So there's flash and then reverse flash side. So red and yellow, and it's got LEDs the whole time the coaster's going around the track. The LEDs follow the coaster. So they seem to be doubling down on Flash lately.
Did our buddy Joe Cool post about that one in the group?
He posted a picture.
Participate in the group, Facebook group, and post about your theme park experiences. We love talking about them.
He posted I think they have a little photo opportunity about it. I don't think he posted the actual coaster, but they have a little photo op that you can take a picture with,
which is nice. It's cool. They're still using it. I remember Great Adventure. One of my favorite things was always the safari, which you would drive through before you get into the parking lot. And it was included. It was free safari. Now, this was the 90s. And you could drive through here with animals roaming around in your own personal vehicle. And the last section was always the little monkeys. And you always bring a whole box and sleeves of saltine crackers and stick them out the crack of your window. Monkeys would jump on your car, take the crackers out of the window, and then jump off. And I don't know how more monkeys won't run over. Holy shit. They would break your antennas, though. They'd break your side view mirrors and just shit piss all over it. But it was really cool feeding the monkeys.
Where was this at?
In Jersey.
At the parks? Or
yeah,
was it
at Six Flags, there was a safari you would drive through before you got to the parking lot.
Actually, I think there still is.
No,
I know there's a theme.
It's still there.
There's still a wildlife.
Off. There's fences everywhere. There's no more monkeys jumping on the cars and feeding them saltines.
Did you know I used to work with monkeys?
Where'd you do that?
We used to have a restaurant and nightclub here where I live.
You're as bad as SeaWorld. You had monkeys working nightclub?
No. These monkeys, it was at a restaurant. All right, so just hear me out. I'll post pictures in the group. What was it called? So it was called Twisted Palm, and then downstairs they had a club called Club Overboard. I was going to school to I was going to school to work with animals. I wasn't going to college, and I was going to work with animals. And the owner wanted to get monkeys because we have a restaurant down the road that has alligators. So,
of course, a natural pair.
So we got 4 squirrel monkeys. Their enclosure. I was the only one allowed in the enclosure with the monkeys, beside the owner and his girlfriend, who were never there. Yes, so I fed the monkeys twice a day, and I cleaned their cage twice a day, and I got paid very handsomely to do so until the BP oil spill happened, and they had to shut down because
they had to
the
ship
lack
the
of
monkeys
tourism.
off to fix the oil spill.
They sent them to a local zoo. I was really upset they didn't offer me to take the monkeys because they just gave them for free to the local zoo. And I was going to offer to take one of them.
Of course, Dave, they belong in a zoo. I can't imagine these were legally allowed to be at a nightclub.
Oh, absolutely. So this well, let me explain, and I'll post pictures in the group later. Okay. They had this outdoor portion. The nightclub was downstairs. The restaurant was upstairs, and they had a 2-story enclosure that had the best humidifier you could buy, had the best air conditioner you could buy. It was completely closed off with bulletproof glass. It was nicer than anything in the restaurant.
Well, make sure those monkeys don't shoot you. You got to keep those bullets inside the pen.
Well, this may be a little bit TMI. You can cut this out if you want to, but those monkeys are dirty bastards, dude. I was working. No. They don't do that. They love to hang out on my shoulder and sit on my head while I was cleaning the cage. They loved me. They'd see my car pull up and they'd start screaming because they knew they were about to get to play with me and eat food. But I remember being in the closure one time cleaning the cage, and we had 1 male and 3 females. And George was the male. They were squirrel monkeys. Well, he could smell girls through the plexiglass, and I don't know if they're very keen on smelling a menstruation and stuff like that. But this dude,
they're keen.
There were some girls standing outside the plexiglass. My boy George got up on his little log and started beating the shit out of his meat.
No, George, stop! It's bulletproof. You never get through. I've never heard this from you before.
I don't know why. I don't talk about it too much.
Holy shit.
But yeah, it was great.
I can't promise you'll have that experience, especially these days in the year of our Lord 2024 at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jersey, of George the Monkey having his time with you. Though you still have the safari, and they'll have a new Flash vertical velocity opening up real soon. Fuck, man. Twice, the second time now I want to quit today. Too much. Over to the other side of Orlando, we got some Disney news. Disney World has announced there'll be new dishes coming to Mama Melrose's Restaurant Italiano next month. This is located in Disney Hollywood Studios for our old timers. That's MGM Studios. And that's over in the back of the park behind Muppet Vision. Starting on April 1st, they'll be serving up some new dishes that may or may not be worth your while. They have a rigatoni bolognese, ground beef, Italian sausage, parmesan, a braised pork ossobuco with creamy polenta, roasted cipollini, onions, sweet peppers, and lemon gremolata, fried mozzarella sticks, marinara sauce, and lemon aioli. How the fuck does an Italian joint not have a cheese stick? This is new. Goat cheese mousse tart, fettuccine Alfredo with shrimp, and a mushroom artichoke cheese dip. The rigatoni and the pork ossobuco sound kind of good. How the fuck do you not have a cheese stick and an Italian joint that's catered to families? That should be a simple little deal. And then the rest of it, whatever. I'm pretty indifferent. This has never been a huge draw to me. Mama Mel's, I really just want to sit at the bar because they have some good spirits and cocktails available. It's not feasible as the bar has limited seating, 4 or 5 spots, and it's really reserved for full service diners. It's not something you just walk up, grab a beverage, and hit the road, head over to old Galaxy's Edge. Does any of this sound good to you? Have you ever been to Mama Melrose?
I've never been to Mama Melrose, but you really piqued my interest when you said they had good beverages.
Oh, yeah, I can't get everything off the top of my head, but their beverage list. They have some stuff with a Campari, which is a nice, delicious bitter. They have, of course, an espresso martini, which is very popular these days. I do truly enjoy them, though. I would say the Italian.
And this is an Italian place.
Yeah, Mama Melrose. It's behind Muppet Vision and Pizza Rizzo over in, I can't remember that part of the park, what it's actually called, though. It's between Star Tours and Galaxy's Edge over at Hollywood Studios.
I remember what it
MGM.
used to be called, but I don't know anymore. I'm not an Italian guy, so I would never eat there under my own volition.
Volition?
Volition. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Oh, no. You're very upset. George is on the mind. He smells you.
Oh, yes. I've still got those pictures. I'm going to post them.
I can't wait to see them. I'll be the first one to like it. They have revealed names for the new critters coming to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. This is the new refurbishment of the old Splash Mountain in both Disney World's Magic Kingdom and Disneyland proper. They have announced who are the critters. You'll see several groups of critters in the first critter encounter. You'll discover a group. They say critters way too many times, and just seeing it and reading it, it doesn't look like a real word anymore. Though in the first encounter, you'll discover a group of critter musicians playing a rendition of one of our favorite songs from Princess and the Frog. Well, don't assume. I've never seen this movie, so I couldn't even tell you if I like this song. The song is Gonna Take You There. This raucous Zydeco musical recipe of fiddle, accordion, washboard, and other instrument voices will have you singing along. Okay, where are the critters? Okay, here we are. I found the critters. Oh no, I don't know how to say these. Byhali or Lia, yeah. Bylia the Beaver. Have you seen this movie? Princess and the Frog?
Yes, I have.
Is there a beaver in
multiple times. Not that I remember.
Oh, you'd remember the beaver.
The only beaver I remember is Tiana's.
All right. I don't know if you could say that. Bylia the beaver.
We just talked about a monkey jerking off. We could
but that's a monkey. Tiana's a human woman. Could be an underage girl. We don't know. Bylia the
She's
beaver.
a frog.
Oh, my mistake. You do like your frog legs. I can't forget that. You have Bylia.
Ooh, they're better spread with butter.
All right. Bylia the beaver, maybe. Gritty the rabbit, who has a license plate as a washboard. Bo the possum, who's using a gourd as a upright base. Apollo the raccoon. Yes. Apollo the raccoon, who has an accordion. Rufus the turtle, who has a harmonica. Timothy the otter, who has a fiddle. So there's at least 6 new critters who will more than likely have animatronics, and then they'll also be in plush stuffed format, which is cool. I guess it's neat that we're getting more information on Tiana, and I don't have it in front of me, though they've also announced over in the Disneyland section, at least, they're retrofitting some of the shops around there and shutting down parts of Critter Country where the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is located to incorporate some more Tiana Princess and the Frog storefronts.
I'm pretty excited for that attraction, even though I was a huge Splash Mountain person. I have many fond memories of Splash Mountain. I loved everything about that ride.
I like that it was scary.
It was scary. It was the music was so catchy. But
it's good that we're getting a change, and it's nice then to update the rides, which Disney doesn't always do, and they don't always do.
I don't like why we're getting the change, but I do like
Princess and the Frog is way more popular than the source material of Splash Mountain.
You know that's not why we're getting the change.
Well, that's the reason I understand.
No, that's not why we're getting the change. It's because
they want to sell beignets. It's because they want to sell beignets.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, are you playing dumb with me, or do I need to say it?
Don't say it.
Okay. All right.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, there's plenty to say. We all know why they're changing it.
There's nothing to say. It's to sell. It's to make money. It's to make money.
Mm.
That's a reason. That's a reason.
Nothing to do with Song of the South?
No, I didn't. No, what? No one said anything. No one said nothing.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, we gotta get cruising here.
I know when to shut up.
Yeah, when George comes knocking, he says it's time to shut up. Tokyo Disneyland. They are having a couple of new additions. Of course, they announced earlier last year that Marvel characters are coming to Tokyo Disneyland for the very first time, starting this September in a new nighttime spectacular. This will feature Marvel heroes alongside classic Disney characters like Tinkerbell, Mary Poppins, Dumbo, and others. But recently announced, starting in 2025, there'll be a limited-time Marvel Superheroes overlay of the Tokyo Disneyland's It's a Small World attraction. I've already seen such kvetching, such pissed-off individuals that how dare they take it away? How dare they take our small world away? I'm going to give you a few points to refute, but to begin with, first off, you don't even fucking live in Japan. Relax. Yeah. It's limited time overlay. It's a limited time overlay.
People say that the best version of Small World is the one in Disneyland. And
California. I love it over there.
They have Lilo and Stitch in there. They have multiple.
Don't we?
I don't know. I rode Small World in a while, but I know that I think Disneyland was the first to get those actual Disney characters in Small World, which, why are you messing with Small World if you're that butthurt about it? You know, I'm not opposed to it. You know, Walt always said that the parks weren't meant to be a museum.
Right, Disneyland is never finished. That's not the exact quote, but it's never done.
He didn't say that, but my paraphrasing is the parks were never meant to be a museum. You know?
Mm-hmm. And
some change is good.
They're announcing it a little
Some
early.
change is not good.
Well, you're right. The beignets should have never brought them over.
Oh my god!
It's the official title is "It's a Small World with Groot." This limited time overlay will run for about 6 months. It will run shorter or longer depending on popularity, and will include favorite Marvel characters like Thor, Hulk, Black Panther, Rocket, Gamora, and of course Groot himself. This will be coming to Tokyo Disney Resort Disneyland in winter 2025. This will mark the first appearance of Marvel characters at Tokyo Disney Resort, except they're also having a nighttime spectacular this year. That will actually mark it. This will be in the first time in an attraction, as the September 2024 will be the first time Marvel characters that are any capacity will be a nighttime show. Everyone, relax. Take a Xanax. It's fine. Small World's not going anywhere on the East or West Coast. It's not changing forever in that particular hemisphere. It's fine. It's cool.
I just want to go ahead and say, follow the money. Follow the money.
If any of our listeners or anyone out there is kidding themselves that if Disney was allowed to put Marvel here on the East Coast and Disney World and take over many attractions that you love to this day, you're fucking kidding yourselves, because they absolutely would.
Yep.
Final Disney news story, and this will segue into our final bit, which is the Epic Universe subject. Today, March 28th, Disney announced on the same day as the Epic Universe announcement that they're adding 90 new buses to their bus fleet, and these are special, and I'll tell you why they're special, Dave, because they're going to have new graphical wraps on there.
I did see a picture of the Remy wrap.
The Remy wrap. Did he make a special buffalo chicken wrap for you?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the two wraps I see here on the article, they have Remy, who is flying with one of my favorite little accoutrements for a drink is one of those little toothpick umbrellas. He's flying in the sky with that. I love it. And the other one is Zootopia, which has a bunch of Zootopia characters. Looks like they're riding the bus, and their silhouettes, or profiles rather, are in the windows. According to this article, 30 of the new buses are already in use. So they've announced it, and 30 of them have already been working, which means they're only really announcing 60 buses, making their way to Walt Disney World in 2024. The total of these 90 new buses will be replacing 90 old ones. These new buses will feature original wraps of characters in films including Figment, Zootopia, Chip 'n Dale, 101 Dalmatians, Orange Bird, Orange Bird, rather, and Ratatouille. These buses
I'll
rolled
tell
out.
you-
You can start seeing them today, March 28th.
As somebody who has done multiple week-long Disney trips, there's nothing more uncomfortable than a bus ride to the parks on one of those buses, and there's nothing more comfortable than a bus ride home on one of those buses.
I gotta say, I abhor the Disney bus transportation. I think they're absolutely shit and very inconsistent and awful. I will say the Universal bus line, and biases aside, I just think it's a better system. They don't have to go as many places, which reduces the overhead and load. But man, going back to my Universal hotel after a long night of hard nights and it's 3 a.m. and I need a bus to take me home, it's super nice. Which
It's
Disney
super
doesn't
nice,
let
but
me.
I usually-
Disney doesn't
I-
let me stay out that late.
I always have to have you, my wife, or Zombie Jesus with me to keep me in check because
Oh, we can't be doing monkey bar handstands and screaming on there.
I just remember riding the bus home with ZJ one time, and he's like, "Dave, quit staring at that person." I was staring at the dude across from me. I was just drunk staring just straight into his soul.
Oh. Yeah, you gotta be cool, collected on these things.
Oh, I had no intent of doing it.
Oh, I
Just-
know, I know. It was late. You're tired. It's been a long day since we probably started the parks in the morning and didn't go back to the room at all. No nap time here.
We're never going to be too old for that.
No,
Never.
No. It's good they're adding more buses, as we've mentioned. Some of the times the bus line can be strained and you're waiting a long time, especially when Magic Kingdom dumps at 11 p.m. You're waiting sometimes hours to get back to your hotel if you're not on the monorail track. I see anecdotes even yesterday. I waited 90 minutes. I waited 2 hours to get back to my hotel because it's no fault. You're at one of the value resorts and the buses just aren't going there as frequently, or they're going as frequent as they can. There's just so many people going to the value resorts because they accommodate way more guests.
So we're planning on doing another Disney trip, a big one here in the next couple of years. We've kind of been middle classed out of the big Disney trips.
Oh yeah.
But I remember my last Disney trip was in 2018. Maybe a little bit before that. Maybe 2017. And we stayed at a value resort and we never had a problem getting a bus back to the hotel. So has that changed in the last few years? It sounds like it.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And I have not used the buses in a while. I used it for my birthday last year, actually, when I stayed at Saratoga next to Disney Springs. And I was trying to get over to the Polynesian to start a monorail bar crawl. It doesn't make it very easy because you have to take a bus from Saratoga to the Transportation Ticket Center to get on the monorail. There's no buses between resorts. My other option was to walk over to Disney Springs and take a bus to the Polynesian from there. But man, I got to walk. It's the same, at the end of the day, it's the same kind of time investment. It just takes so long. So if you can avoid the buses, at least for the value resorts, it's my recommendation at this time.
Well, tisk Disney, if you're going to have value resorts, which are not value resorts at all, you need to not have people waiting an hour to 2 hours.
I think 30 minutes is the maximum I'd ever wait for a goddamn
Okay, yeah.
bus.
If you were still charging $89 a night, by all means, I'll wait 2 hours for a bus. If you're charging $400 a night for a value resort, you better teleport me back to my hotel.
These new buses, however, will have better accessibility features for our guests with disabilities, which is always great. Compared to the older models, they can carry 3 guests who may be utilizing a wheelchair, stroller, or whatever, or what other, rather, compared to the older models. And we can also see that they'll have USB charging ports for each seat on the bus, and they'll have Wi-Fi on the bus, which is great. Those are some cool improvements.
No, I golf clap to you.
Those are good. Those are great.
Yeah.
Just got to do the rest of them and then switch over to full electric buses, which I think Universal is already doing with their new park. And speaking of the new park, Dave, we have about 10-15 minutes. Do you want to bullet through these and then direct our guests to the E-Stop, or not talk about Epic Universe today?
That's I'll leave that up to you. I mean, we already got the parks, the E-Stop out. I mean, we could save it if you want to. We still have time before our next Epic announcement if you want to
Because
push
it
that
seems
to
they're
next
going
week
on
since we already put out the
a monthly Epic announcement.
Yeah, let's
I don't
push
want
that
to
to
go.
next week.
Yeah, I agree. Okay,
So we don't rush it. We don't want to rush it.
listeners, if you want to hear a audio version that is censored so you can play it around your kids, check out the E-Stop bonus episode. It's already been posted. It came out earlier today on today's based off today's date of March 28th. We're going to jump into the closing segments. Though we'll talk on this next week. We just got had too much fun tonight, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. No.
All right. Easter eggs. I don't have a special one or anything particular because it's the Easter weekend. So I want to kick it over to you. Let's see what Easter egg, because you were having trouble before the show to figure out what the hell you were going to talk about.
So actually, I had an Easter egg and then I changed it mid-sode.
Oh man.
So my Easter egg is I've gone too much with Universal and Disney, so I decided to mix it up and give another fun Easter egg. If you've ever seen the Vacation sequel with Ed Helms, which came out in
is that
2015,
the remake remake?
It's not a remake. It is a
Sorry, it's a sequel to the first one, right?
It's a sequel to the first one because Rusty Griswold takes his own family on a road trip to Wally
Chevy
World.
Chase is in it.
And Chevy Chase is in it as Clark.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a sequel to I wouldn't call it a direct sequel because you have other vacations after that vacation, but this is a sequel to the first vacation. So Rusty Griswold wants to take his family to Wally World to ride the brand new coaster, which is slipping my mind right now. Hold on one second.
Penguin Trek. Is it Iron Glossy?
No,
is it Flash, Vertical Velocity? What else have we talked about tonight? The Pipeline, Surfer Coaster, the Hulk.
Keep going.
Is it Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventures Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure? I don't know what it's called. It's just Hagrid.
No, I think it was the Velociraptor. Velociraptor. Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, we had a technical difficulty there.
No, I muted myself so I could type something real quick. Yeah, I see they're going back to Wally World. Maybe Wikipedia has the synopsis. Yes, Rusty Griswold is now working as a pilot. Do I just read this synopsis and we call that an episode?
Yeah, just
read the two.
It was the Velociraptor. I was right. It was the Velociraptor. I was right.
Velociraptor.
So he's taking his family to ride the new, quote unquote, new roller coaster at Wally World called Velociraptor.
Okay.
My Easter egg for this is that Wally World is a fictional theme park, and this roller coaster was actually at Six Flags Over Georgia. This roller coaster is the worst roller coaster I've ever been on in my life. It was originally the Ninja, which was painted red. And it was the most brain damaging, bone breaking roller coaster I've ever been on in my life. It's even worse than the Great American Scream Machine that's there, which is the old wooden coaster.
Was miserable.
Mm-hmm.
They had it's even worse than that up in Jersey.
Yep. So you have it was the Ninja, and now it's called the Blue Hawk. It's closed right now. I don't know if they have enough people to operate it at the moment, but it is still there as the Blue Hawk, and that's the roller coaster from the Vacation movie and Wally World.
Looks like it's a dueling hybrid steel coaster.
What's that?
It looks like it's a dueling coaster. No, this image is wrong.
Blue Hawk at Six Flags Over Georgia.
Oh, this is the old metal track. Ew.
This was a very old roller coaster that was repainted and rethemed to Blue Hawk. It used to be Ninja for years. And if you ask anybody that goes to Six Flags Over Georgia pretty often, one of my friends, Brian, he lives in Atlanta. He'll tell you this ride shakes the living hell out of you.
Yeah, built by Vekoma in 1992, has a minute 20 duration.
So
52
I'm going to
miles
go
an
ahead and tell
hour.
you I mentioned you in the episode, so now you can listen every week. He's one of our Horror Nights buddies. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
So,
That's
but
good.
yeah, that's the roller coaster they used in the Vacation movie.
Do you remember what theme park they used in the original Vacation movie?
It was Six Flags. Was it? It was Magic. It was Magic Mountain, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Because they rode. What's the name of the coaster? Colossus. They rode Colossus.
Yeah. Good job.
Yes.
My Easter egg for this week's show, and it's episode 9.
With knockoff Walt Disney. Sorry.
Moose should have told you.
Yep.
Over in the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World, Florida. If you head to the Liberty Square and look down, you may see the pathway have a changing of colors between the left and right side of the road. You'll see a lot of red, and down the center will be a brownish color. Now, this has come to be known as by guests and insiders, Imagineers, as the Brown River. I may be wondering why they situate Liberty Square as such. Liberty Square is supposed to be captured in the time of colonialism in the colonial towns of old during the American Revolution. And back then, they would just let their excrement, their shit, run through the center of the street, as it was the most efficient way to get stuff, just pushed out. They would let it run down the middle and push it out. Push it out! And that's now simulated in Liberty Square once they pulled all the cobblestone out of there back in the 90s. Because cobblestone's high maintenance, and when they replaced it, they may or may not intentionally, they say they intentionally at this point, replace it with this brown walkway that kind of weaves left and right, not uniform and not exactly even on both sides. You have the red walkway on the floor. And we can post this picture because it's pretty simple on the page as well. That throughout all of Liberty Square, you have this little poop walkway showing you what the old sewer system used to look like back in Colonial Town. Always like that one. I always walk purposefully down the shit path.
I actually did not. I don't know if I don't remember if I knew that Easter egg. I do know that they used to throw their shit out the windows in colonial times.
Oh yeah, and push it down the center and just get out of here.
But yeah, I don't know if I knew that.
That's good.
It's
a classic.
I may have heard it before, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Wow. So I guess those are 2 really good Easter eggs. But
next time you're in the Magic Kingdom, take a picture. Show us on any of our socials. Hey, I walked the shit path. I was there.
Free ticket to Halloween Horror Nights for their night of choosing if you shit on the shit way.
Yeah, I'll split that with you.
Yeah,
we'll come with you, and we'll buy you a couple drinks if you shit on the shit way in Magic
Kingdom. Photographic evidence, please.
You don't fucking dare say we told you to do that. Otherwise, it's null.
No.
If we get subpoenaed, if Park Talk Radio gets subpoenaed, you're out.
Please do not do that.
Do Disney, but just don't tell it. Say we did it. Oh boy. All right. Ooh, time for the final piece of tonight. We got a couple minutes. Like
the
2, 3
wall of shame. If you want to leave your wall of shame, you need to call 407-490-2220. You can also text that number. Again, that's 407-490-2220. We would love to hear you leave your wall of shame. If somebody posts something on any social media that you don't like and you want to talk trash about it, call us or text us. Don't have to leave your name, but please give us one. So, B, I'll go, or Bill, I'll let you start because I know you got a couple.
And I'll also say, if you've posted something in the past that you're ashamed of, we'll also take that.
Correct.
We love to hear your embarrassment. All right, my first one, and this comes from our producer, Brennan. I don't know why she didn't leave us a voicemail. I told her to. Though she wanted to talk about a wall of shame, I'm going to speak on her behalf. She says, wall of shame, and this is multiple posters all over social media, all theme parks. When people post a pic of them solo or even as a 2-person couple, and they say, "We're at the parks today, come say hi." She says that's fucking weird. That's bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
when it's with
the
a
whole
partner,
find me and I'll buy you a beer.
yeah, come find me in the park. I'll give you something. No, I don't want to come find you. You're by yourself. Go enjoy the park by yourself. I've gone to the park.
I didn't come to the
alone.
park to find you.
Yeah, no. If I came to the park alone, it's certainly not to come find your weird ass and hang out with you. And Brendan said when it's two people or someone with a partner saying, "Come say hi, come find us," it gives her such a swinger vibe, and it's really creepy to her. Like, we're gonna go fuck.
I saw on TikTok the other day. There's actually Disney swinger pages.
No. I'm not doing that.
Blows my mind.
What did they do? Hang up by the Dole Whip stand and say, "Yep, we got our pineapple," which is the swinger fruit. Absolutely.
Oh, on our cruise in November, on our wedding cruise, I'm definitely leaving. I'm bringing a bunch of pineapple magnets, and I'm figuring out where all the guests are staying, and I'm leaving them on all my guest stores.
Come knock. Get some citrus.
No, actually, that's a great wall of shame, Brennan, because I have thought about putting that one out there multiple times. So kudos to you.
Don't do it.
Beautiful job.
She continues on when it's a solo person saying this on the social media. Hey, I'm here at that park's alone. Come find me. I'll buy you a drink or whatever. She feels they're just looking for a hookup or they're going to kidnap her.
Probably both.
She doesn't like them. They're immediately weird people to her. I do like some of the posts. Like, there's this nice couple that posts free mom and dad hugs, which I think that's nice. They're just here to help people out. Though, come find me in the park, I'll buy you a drink. Nah, I'm good, man. I don't know where that drink came from.
There's some cool people, but then you get closer to Horror Nights every year, and people are going to start posting, I'll give you a free ticket if you come with me as a date.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been... Back in the day, I was on the Universal single riders page. Yeah, real clever. You got me. To go meet up a hook and try to, hang out and meet somebody. But man, every post was so desperate and laden with such sadness, I would say.
Ooh.
All right. You want me to do my second one or you want to do yours?
Yeah, you go with your... Nope, you go with yours.
All right, my second one comes from...
Because I'm going to piss you off with mine.
My second one comes from the Disney Pass holder page. Saw this one today, Dave. Someone posted a picture from their hotel balcony. It was a value resort. I could definitely tell. If that gives you a bit of frame of mind. They posted from the hotel balcony, hey, we're about to hit Animal Kingdom for early entry. And it's nighttime out, because early entry at Animal Kingdom is, 8, maybe 7 o'clock. And with daylight savings, it's still dark out. Hey, we're about to hit Animal Kingdom.
It's butterbeer time.
It's butterbeer season. That's right. It's dark out. Get your drink. They're posting on social media, hey, about to hit Animal Kingdom early entry. I paid a lot of money for this trip. Can someone tell the concierge to turn the lights on? It's still dark out. Fuck you! Shut the fuck up. You're not fucking funny. You think you're so fucking hilarious. You paid all this money and Disney controls the lights, just like they control the weather. People bitch and moan at guest services that hasn't stopped raining all day. Shut up. You're not funny. No one cares about your dumb post. I gave them personally the eye roll emoji because I can't stand it. Disney, can you turn the lights on? It's still dark out at 7:30 in Florida because of the daylight savings. Shut up. I can't do it, Dave. I can't do it. I'm glad when it was done because I'm very upset today. I am absolutely beside myself. And the other thing is, coming up, and it's Easter on Sunday, and that is March 31st. It's Monday, April 1st. I also absolutely cannot wait. I cannot wait for all the April Fool's posts. And I'll let you get a word in edgewise here in a moment, D. But I cannot wait for the April Fool's posts, and I cannot wait to see everyone's so fucking funny shit-eating grins of all the theme park April Fools they are planning now. They've been planning them for a year. I cannot wait to see them and just bitch and moan on our show in a week.
I've got homework for anybody that listens to this episode. Go April 1st, pick you a wall of shame, and bring us one of your April 1st walls of shame. I don't care if you text it. I don't care if you call it. Just bring us one. Come on. Bring it on.
We'll be looking.
It don't hurt you.
We'll do a big segment on it next week.
We'll do a huge segment on it.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of news.
Come on.
Come on.
No, we had a lot of news this week. But
April Fools, I can't do it. And then Disney
turn on the lights. Turn the lights on.
Shut up.
So funny.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're dumb.
Shut up.
Oh, look at us. We flaunted all this money to get this. Oh, look at our balcony. That's all they're saying.
Look at our value resort balcony.
Yeah.
All right, your wall of shame. We gotta get out of here. What's your wall of shame? I'm so upset.
My wall of shame. Okay, you think you're upset now?
I'm ready to go to bed mad. I'm ready to go to bed mad.
Oh, okay, well, you're about to go to bed mad. My wall of shame is actually come from a TikTok, and somebody posted a video, and it said what I expected, and it was Megatron, like with his arm around the girl with her camera, like pointing at the camera, calling her a tiny human, and like you're being Megatron, right? Well,
this is in Studios Hollywood?
I believe it's in Hollywood. I'm not 100% sure where they tried to film this, but woman's filming, guy walks up to Megatron and is trying to grab Megatron's hand, walks past the yellow caution line after he's been told multiple times, do not go past that line. Keep in mind for you listeners, the Megatron costume, just like all the other Transformers costumes, it's a person on stilts that's wearing over 50 pounds of costuming on stilts. So if you were to accidentally bump this person, they could fall over and seriously get injured. So the Megatron literally says, it had to have been Hollywood because he's, what are you doing? And like,
they have full range to speak over there.
And he steps toward the gentleman walking past the line, and his leg appears to kind of kick him. And this lady's like, oh my God, I didn't expect this. He got kicked and this is ridiculous.
Oh,
like, no,
shut up.
He broke the rules and could have gotten a performer seriously injured. You don't reach out and try and grab the character. He reached out and tried to grab Megatron's hand and then walked past the caution line. And this goes into a whole realm of do not have stupid character interactions where you're trying to get them to break character. Don't ruin the magic. Don't say stupid stuff. I've seen somebody who's become fairly popular on YouTube. It kind of rhymes with Momo's World. If you've ever watched this guy, he's gone to Hollywood studios and just said random stuff to characters. And they're like, what? Like, seriously? Like, they're not there for you. They're there for the kids and they're there to interact. They're not there for you to say stupid stuff to and to challenge with a lightsaber,
Oh, God.
Especially if you are taking that step of almost putting a performer in danger and then coming on social media to bitch about it, it's not going to go how you think it's going to go.
Oh, poor baby. You didn't get the interaction you wanted, but you tried to hurt somebody. Can't stand it. Get the fuck out of here. Shut up.
I will try and find that and post it on the Facebook. I don't know how to do inter-platform posts like that, but I will see what I can do.
Not encouraging.
I might be able to
at all.
I might be able to save the video and get it posted.
Don't try to hurt performers. Don't try to sexually harass or assault performers.
Not necessarily they were trying to hurt the performer, but you are not special. You are one of 20,000 people that attends a theme park every day.
Yeah.
And that's on the low end.
Yeah, on a slow day.
That's on the low end.
Yeah.
You're one of 20,000 people per one park a day. You're not special.
And you can take that back home. We'll wrap up with this here, Dave. You can take that back home. You're not special. Full stop. Period. You're right. Mm-hmm. You got me real fucking fired up and real mad. I'm ready to go to bed. I
knew that.
I'm done.
Okay,
I'm ready. All right, I'm actually done. We've done 4 things that got me really upset, and I'm ready to go. Thank you all for listening to another great episode, maybe another episode at least, of Park Talk Radio. It has been myself, Bill, with my good buddy, Dave. It's been absolutely astounding to do 9 episodes and a bonus with you so far, and we can't wait to get to number 10 next week. We got some great things on the horizon. I'm still working on a website to come to fruition. We're still working on the audio levels to make it the best listening experience that you can have. And of course, the content will always keep flowing. So from Dave and I, thank you so much. Follow us, 407-490-2220, Park Talk Radio, @gmail, on the socials, on the web. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the park.